Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Rachel. Welcome to your yin practice. So if you're ready, let's begin with a little warm up. So we're going to come on to our feet and just start to get the body warmed up, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring the feet together or shoulders width apart. And roll the shoulders back a few times, just starting to loosen up that upper body. And then lift the shoulders up towards the ears and let the shoulders drop all the way down. You can close the eyes or keep the gaze straight ahead. And start to turn those palms out to the sides. Feel the feet grounding into the earth. Maybe even lift all 10 toes, feeling the four corners of the sole of your foot, really grounding here. And then let the toes release back down. Inhale, let's float the arms up to the sky. Bring the hands together, prayer hands, float them into the heart center. Taking a moment to set an intention, dedication for your practice if you'd like. And let's inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. This time, let's bend those knees. Come into your forward fold. Take the fingertips down to the ground. Then slide the palms onto the shins. Coming in for your flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, bend those knees. Roll all the way up. Float the arms. Lift and lengthen, ground the feet. Open up that body. Get really long, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more just like that. With your breath, at your own pace. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll the body, roll through that spine. Float the arms. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Roll all the way up. Float the arms. Reaching up. Maybe start to come into a gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Adding on here, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's step that right leg back, left leg. Coming in for high plank. And feel free to modify here if you need to. Grounding the knees. Think about stacking the shoulders over the wrists. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Lift the hips. Don't let those hips sag down. Start to engage your core. Draw the belly button to the spine. Keep the head, neck nice and long, gazing towards the top of your mat. And just breathe here, breathe nice and deep. Push your breath through the entire body. And then let's lower the knees, the chest, the chin. Keep the hips high, lower down, use those arms. Inhale, peel the chest for baby cobra. So palms outside the chest, elbows close to the side ribs. Legs together, point the toes. Inhale, peel the chest, baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Press into the palm, pass through tabletop. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lift the tailbone to the sky. Let the head drop. And let's pedal the heels, bend the knees, move the hips. Maybe shake the head, getting rid of any tension in the shoulders, the neck. Drawing the shoulder blades down the back. And lifting the heels, let's walk the feet back towards the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Roll all the way up. Float the arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Repeating that, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Left leg, right leg, high plank. Hold here. Option to just alternate the knees, tapping the knees here, or just hold your plank. And then hold plank. Knees, chest, chin, lower down. Inhale, peel the chest. Baby cobra for 3. Exhale down. Inhale. Start to come up a little higher each time. Waking up that lower back. Inhale. Exhale. Press through the palms, tabletop, tuck the toes, down dog. 2 deep breaths here. Lift the heels, walk the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, roll all the way up. Then exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep those arms. Utkatasana, chair pose. Lift the chest, unshrug the shoulders, slight pelvic tilt here. Sit down nice and low. Exhale, dive it forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Right leg, left leg, high plank. If you're ready, chaturanga or stick with knees, chest, chin. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. Lift your heart to the sky. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, roll through the feet, down dog. Two breaths. Walk the feet, come back to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, come back to chair. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep those arms, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, left leg, right leg, high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths. From here, we're going to add on from our down dog, float the right leg up to the sky for a 3-legged dog. Just stretching out that right leg, point the toe, flex the foot. And then flex the foot, float it down. Come back to your down dog. And switch legs, left leg floats up, 3-legged dog. Really extend through that leg, point the toe, then flex the foot. And then flex the foot, float it down to down dog. Hold here or go through high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Down dog. 2 breaths. Try to go a little deeper before floating those knees down to the ground and coming into your extended child's pose. Let those hips drop to the heels and take the knees wide or together, whatever feels good for you. Maybe the forehead touches the ground. Think about externally rotating the shoulders out. Opening the shoulders, the upper back, the chest. And then just soften here, just coming into our yin practice. And just take a moment to center the mind. Maybe start to go inward and just connecting with your breath. And think about deepening, lengthening that breath. Let the body start to relax and let go. And maybe, if you'd like, bring a little movement, just shifting the hips from the right to the left. And then if you're shifting the hips, hold the hips over towards the right side. And then walk the hands off the mat to the left. Getting a nice stretch from that right palm down along the side body, all the way into that right hip. And then come back to center with the hips, with the palms, walk them back. And then shift the hips over to the left first. And walk the hands off to the right side, off your mat. Feel that left body side stretch. And release, shift those hips back, walk the palms forward. And inhale, float up to your tabletop. And then let the hips drop, come all the way down onto the belly. And bring the legs together. Float the arms overhead, palms facing down, let that forehead touch. Feel a lengthening through the spine, through the neck. Feel the shoulders opening. Feel the tension leaving the body. And then from here, let's start to walk those palms back in, outside the chest. And just come back into your tabletop and then extended child's pose. Just stretch that out. Let the hips drop to the heels. And come back up to tabletop. Coming in for melting heart, so make sure the shoulders are over the wrists to begin and the hips over the knees. Maintaining the hips over the knees, start to walk the palms forward. And then when you can't walk them forward anymore, slowly start to let the chest drop towards the ground, maybe resting the forehead. Start to feel a nice stretch in the upper shoulders, the armpit, the upper back. Try to keep the elbows and forearms off the ground if you can. In our yin practice, we're searching for that edge, that tension. Sometimes we feel it right away. Sometimes we have to search for it. And sometimes if we're still, we start to eventually find that edge, that point of resistance. When you find that edge, just hold and breathe. Deep inhale through the nose. Let the chest drop a little closer to the ground. And then from here, we're going to release. So coming back up onto the palms, float the belly down, come all the way down. Take those arms alongside the body, palms facing up. Turn the head to the right, grounding that left ear. Let the shoulders fall to the ground. Let the legs just kind of relax, melt into the mat. Maybe notice if you're holding on anywhere. Start to release and let go. Come back to center with the head and just turn to the opposite side, this time grounding the right ear. And again, just let those shoulders relax, fall forward. Let the legs relax. Close the eyes, let the mind be still. Slowly come back to center with the head. Float the arms forward. And then start to walk those forearms in. Walking the elbows underneath the shoulders, coming in for Sphinx pose. Take the legs mat's width. Relax in the palms, the fingers. Relax the shoulders. Keep the gaze straight ahead or close the eyes. Bring your awareness to the lower back, the lumbar spine. So maybe feeling a little compression there. So that's totally normal to feel that. And try to relax the glutes, the legs. And once you feel like you're relaxed in the shoulders, relax through the entire body. Think about puffing the chest forward and then lift through the crown. Just notice the different sensations in the lower back. So take any intensity out of the pose. Just try to soften here. Relax. Continue to stay with that nice, deep, steady breath. Using the breath to help the entire body relax. Can stay here in Sphinx pose if you'd like to go a little deeper. Float the elbows, forearms up, coming into seal. Just be mindful that the shoulders don't travel up towards the ears, that the glutes don't clench. Relax the muscles. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Push the breath to the spine, the mid-back, the lower back. If at any time this gets to be too challenging, just slowly transition back to Sphinx pose. Slowly start to float the forearms back down, back into Sphinx. From here, you can stay right here, or you can stack the arms in front of you. Start to bend that right knee. I'm going to start to open up the hip. So coming into like a half frog. Maybe gaze back, make sure that the knee and the ankle are in a nice straight line. And if the upper body is tired, you can go ahead and just stack the forearms, maybe rest the forehead if that feels good. Remember, in your yin practice, it's not a follow me practice. You can do what feels good for you today, what you need, what your body needs. So be gentle, be patient with your body. Maybe today in class, this isn't a class where you push or challenge. Maybe it's where you be gentle with your body and so checking in, make sure that you're not tensing any muscles. Try to relax. And slowly let's straighten that right leg, bring it back onto the mat. And then just switch sides. So bend that left knee, maybe peek back. Make sure you have that alignment. Maybe flex the left foot. So you can be on the forearms in your Sphinx position or all the way down. So different variations. Do what's good for you. Try to do, if you do something on the right side, just try to do that on the left side as well, just to keep the body balanced. Breathe and soften. And let's slowly release, straightening that left knee, float the leg back onto the mat. Take the arms out, palms facing down, let that forehead touch. From here, bend both knees, float the legs off the ground so your thighs are grounded. Just point the toes. So aligning the feet with the knees, just coming here. Maybe keep the forehead grounded. Maybe flex the feet, point the toes a couple of times. So you can totally stay right here if you want. Float the arms out to the sides and reach around for the ankles, the front of the foot. And we're just coming into a gentle bow. So you're not lifting anywhere, you're just taking the hands to the ankles, just getting that connection in, and just getting a nice gentle stretch in the chest, the shoulders. And take any intensity out. And if it gets to be too much, just go back to extending the arms out in front. Try to relax the legs. And slowly, if you'd like, maybe start to peel that chest up slightly, making this a little bit more active, but you don't have to. Stay with your breath. And then let's slowly release. Release the arms, the legs, extend. Forehead touches. Float the palms outside the chest, elbows to the sky. Press the body up nice and slow. Find your extended child's pose. Let those hips drop all the way back to the heels. Let the forehead touch. Float the arms alongside the body, coming into child's pose. And slowly float up to seated. So we're going to come into our little toe squat. So coming in for this, take the palms forward and tuck the toes. So maybe you stay right here. This is your beginning point. Let the hips drop towards the heels, so you're going to feel some pressure in the feet. So you can totally stay here. This is the modification. Keeping it nice and gentle. If you want to come into a little deeper stretch, come to sit up. So we're going to hold this. Try to relax the upper body. Take the palms to the thighs. Think about nice long spine. Stacking the shoulders over the hips. And close the eyes. So you might start to feel this right away, or maybe gradually. So you can be still here, or if you want to float the arms up overhead. Exhale, float them down. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time, take the hands behind the lower back, interlace the fingers, press the palms together, and come into a little back bend here. So again, if the feet really start to get too intense, come back to the palms in front. Inhale, float the arms up. Take the arms out to the sides. Let's give ourselves a big hug. So rounding that back, cross the arms, take the palms to the outside of the shoulders. Give yourself a hug. Let the chin come towards the chest. Feel that back opening up. Inhale, open the arms nice and wide. And then just switch the arms when you cross. And take those palms round. Draw the navel to the spine. Inhale, open up. Float those arms. Exhale, hands to heart. And then let's release the feet. Great job, everybody. Just flatten the feet. And we're gonna just take a counter pose for the feet. So bring the knees together, feet together. Actually start to shift forward on your mat so you have a little space, because we're going to come back a little bit. So taking the palms behind you, fingers facing the opposite direction. And then from here, just relax first. Let's just settle in, gaze up to the sky. Lift your heart, open the chest. And then from here, start to lift those shins, the knees up off the ground. So start to feel that stretch in the top of the feet. Maybe it'll feel good after stretching the feet the opposite direction. And from here, you can even come down onto the forearms, going a little deeper. So feeling a stretch in the front of the ankles, the tops of the feet. And little by little, you can lift those knees up a little higher, and that'll go deeper into that stretch. And then let's slowly, if you're on your forearms, make your way back to your palms. Slowly float those legs back down. Take the palms out in front. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees and find your downward facing dog. Let's pedal the heels, bend the knees, move the hips. Just shake it out. Walking the feet towards the top of your mat. We're going to come into our ragdoll. So keep a nice bend in the knees. Waking up, lengthening those hamstrings. You can keep the fingertips grounded. Feet or hips width apart. Start to let that upper body just hang. Let the head hang. Maybe take the hands to opposite elbows, taking ragdoll. Think about lifting the tailbone up to the sky. Relaxing the feet. Maybe sway from side to side. maybe the knees get a little bit more straight, or maybe not. Maybe just feels good to have those knees soft and bent. And let's slowly walk the feet out towards the side of your mat, keeping the toes out to the sides, and come into Malasana. So slowly let the hips come down, coming into a nice hip opener here. Maybe the elbows come inside the thighs, maybe hands come to prayer. So just do the best you can do here. Relaxing the shoulders. Lifting the crown. Stay with your breath. And from here, let's release those palms. Lift the hips up. Walk the feet back under the hips. Step that right leg back. Let that right knee coming in for dragon. So you can hold right here. Make sure that that left knee is right over the left ankle, or feel free to go right into lizard. So I'm going to go right into lizard today, but you don't have to. Take that left palm inside the left foot. Start to slide the right leg back. So you can hold right here. If you want to take a more active lizard, you can tuck the right toes, maybe shift forward and back, opening up the hips. Maybe come down onto the forearms. So do what feels good for you. Little by little, let that chest drop closer to the ground. Wherever you are, just breathe. If you want to take a twisted lizard, going a little deeper, ground that right forearm, turn the torso into the left thigh. Start to gaze out. Maybe float the left arm. Maybe wrap that left arm around the lower back. Spiraling the shoulder open, chest to the sky. So all options. And if you need to come out of the pose, you can always come back to dragon or child's pose. If you're in the twist, let's slowly make our way back to center. Come back up onto the palms. Walk that left foot in, back to dragon. And just slide that right leg back, holding here for a moment. And then tuck the right toes. And just step that left foot back, coming into a plank pose. Holding here. And then come to your down dog, floating the tailbone up. Let's walk the feet coming back towards the top of your mat. And switch legs, so stepping that left leg back this time. So the right knee stacks over the right ankle, coming in for dragon pose. Let that left knee drop. So just settling in here. If and when you're ready, you can go into lizard, walking that right foot out, walk the right palm in. Let those hips drop. Maybe tuck the left toes. Maybe shift forward and back. Maybe come down onto the forearms, going deeper into your lizard. Listen to your body, be patient here. No judgment, no expectation in yoga. It doesn't matter where you are or what it looks like. Just search for that space. Stay with your breath. If you want to go for the twist, ground that left forearm, turn the torso into that right knee. Let the hips drop. Maybe float the arm. Maybe wrap that arm around the lower back. Spiral that right shoulder open, chest to the sky. If you're in the twist, slowly make your way back to center. Come back up onto the palms. Walk that right foot, coming back to dragon. Framing that right foot with the palms. Slide that left leg back. Holding here. And then let's tuck those left toes. Step that right leg to meet the left, coming in for a plank. And then lift the tailbone up to the sky, down dog. Pedal those heels, bend the knees, move the hips. If you want to take a vinyasa, coming into high plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. And holding here, taking 2 breaths. And let's walk the feet towards the top of your mat. And then bend the knees, slowly just bring your bottom down. We're going to come to sit, so however you want to get there. And slowly roll through the spine, coming all the way down onto your back. We'll float those knees in, give yourself a big hug. And then relax. Take the arms alongside the body, extend the legs up. Close the eyes, keep the neck nice and long. Feel The shoulders ground, the back ground. So you can totally stay here. We're going to go into snail or plow pose. So you can go right into plow or snail if you'd like, or if you want to first come into a shoulder stand and then make your way. So again, just do what you can do. Totally okay just to hang out here. If you want to find a wall and put your legs up against the wall, that's fine too. So coming into snail or plow, bring the palms behind or to the sacrum area for support. And then shoulders stand. You're going to float the legs up. And stacking the toes over the ankles, ankles over the knees, knees over the hips, and hips over the shoulders. If you want to go for plow or snail, slowly start to let those legs float back. And maybe you just try it and see where you can go. Be mindful, you shouldn't feel any pain in the neck. If you do, just slowly transition out. And take your time here, no rush. Ease into this. If the toes touch, maybe bring the hands to hands to the toes, maybe yogi toe grip. Maybe bend the knees, drawing the knees towards the ears. And let's slowly, when you're ready, start to release, coming out of the pose, supporting the lower back. So just coming out the same way you came in. And maybe passing through shoulder stand. And slowly let the hips drop. And taking a counter pose here, especially if you did go into plow snail. Slowly let those legs float down. And when the legs come all the way down, taking fish pose, so take the palms facing the ground, tucking those forearms underneath. Lifting the chest up to the sky, let the head drop back. Slowly lower the head down onto the crown. Maybe float the legs up. And exhale. Release. Let it go. Coming all the way down onto your mat. Let's come right into Shavasana. Taking the legs, mats with open the arms, palms to the sky. Feel really open here. Allow the body to melt into the earth. And find that stillness in the body and mind. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like, gaining all the wonderful benefits it provides. If you'd like to join me in closing out your practice, start to bring some movement back into the toes, the fingers, the hands, the feet. Inhale, float the arms up overhead. Bend the knees. Rolling on to your side, coming into a fetal position. Taking some nice deep breaths there. Slowly, when you're ready, just make your way back to a comfortable seated position. Roll the shoulders back, sitting up nice and tall. Close the eyes, closing out our practice with 3 cleansing breaths. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing your beautiful practice. And thank yourself for showing up and being so consistent. May there always be peace in your heart, peace in your words, and peace in your mind. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed your journey today. If you would like to see new classes, please remember to subscribe, like, visit our website at kavelalife.com, become a member on our Patreon account. By becoming a member, it allows us to create new classes. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Kavela Life. Thank you so much. Namaste.